Picture this. You're staring at your phone, just lost in that everyday scroll. You're swiping through an endless stream of content. You see a viral post, and literally thousands of reactions and likes are pouring in by the millisecond. There are heated debates erupting in the comments, glowing 5-star reviews on that product you were just thinking about buying. It feels incredibly alive, right? It feels crowded. You are navigating through this dense, bustling metropolis of human thought and emotion.
But as you sit there in the glow of the screen, looking at those thousands of comments and millions of likes, a chilling realization starts to creep in. What if that crowd isn't real? What if this bustling digital city you walk through every single day is actually a manufactured illusion? A ghost town populated by machines perfectly mimicking the chaos of human life.
Which brings us to the central, deeply unsettling mystery of this explainer. Out of all those thousands of interactions you just scrolled past, out of the reviews you trusted and the arguments you read, how many actually came from real human beings? And how many were silently, instantly generated by machines?
Section 1. The Internet we know. See, we traditionally imagine the internet as this incredible, vast network of humans communicating with other humans, a global town square where borders dissolve. But the unsettling reality beneath the surface is that a massive portion of the traffic moving through that square is entirely automated. We are definitely not alone in this digital space.
Now, when we map out this automated traffic, we see a vast ecosystem of non-human actors. And hey, not all of it is malicious. We've got search engine crawlers quietly indexing the web, basically building the invisible architecture that lets us find information. We have helpful customer service chatbots handling routine tasks. But as we cross into the shadows, the landscape changes dramatically. We find countless fake followers designed to inflate egos. We see automated spam polluting feeds. We encounter ticket bots that snatch up entire concerts in milliseconds. And perhaps worst of all, coordinated influence networks designed specifically and covertly to manipulate public opinion.
Section 2. The business of fake attention. So why does all this manufactured activity even exist in the first place? Well, you have to look at the underlying economy of the digital world. In this space, fake attention literally equals real currency. Every click, every view, every follower is a commodity. Corporations, influencers, scammers, political actors, they all understand a fundamental truth. If you can create the illusion of extreme popularity, you can cash in on it. In a world where algorithms reward engagement, manufacturing that engagement is basically printing money.
And this public support is manufactured on a terrifying industrial scale. At the base level, you've got bot farms. This is sophisticated software generating massive networks of ghost accounts. Then you have click farms, which deploy low-paid human workers in giant warehouses directed to manually click and comment just to bypass security filters. Finally, coordinated networks bundle all of this together into a polished product, selling instant popularity to the highest bidder on the open market. It is quite literally an assembly line for fake attention. Section 3. The dead internet theory. This industrial-scale automation has given rise to a fascinating and honestly unnerving concept known as the dead internet theory. Now, let's be clear. This is an internet theory, not an established scientific fact. And it's absolutely crucial to separate the exaggerated claim from the realistic concern here. The exaggerated claim suggests that most online users are already fake, and the internet is basically this empty, artificial wasteland. We aren't there. But the realistic concern, the one backed by hard data, is that a rapidly growing amount of the visible content, the arguments you read, and the engagement you see, is indeed automated, copied, or artificially generated.
If you break down the composition of actual internet traffic, a startling picture really starts to emerge. Human traffic is still a major piece of the pie, sure, but there are massive, sprawling slices dedicated entirely to background software and routine API requests. And, most disturbingly, there's another highly active segment, strictly comprised of malicious bot traffic, machines actively working to exploit or deceive us. But let's keep our grip on reality for a second. The takeaway here is that while a massive share of total web traffic is automated by software, that doesn't prove most people online are fake. Billions of actual humans are still logging on every single day. We are still here. It's just that the background noise of the machines is getting incredibly loud.
Section 4. The AI revolution. The nature of that background noise is changing fast. For years, bots were, well, easy to spot. They were repetitive, obvious, clumsily stringing words together, fundamentally robotic.
But that era, it's officially over. Enter generative AI. This isn't just a software patch, it is a profound paradigm shift. We're now dealing with technology capable of synthesizing original thoughts, mimicking human cadence, and generating lifelike voices and incredibly convincing imagery. It allows a single unseen entity to seamlessly operate thousands of highly convincing independent accounts all at once.
We are no longer just looking at crude accounts spamming bad links and broken English. Modern AI can forge context-aware arguments that react directly to what you've typed. It can deploy completely different writing styles so an automated army doesn't sound identical. It generates unique profile photos of people who have never existed. It can even maintain long-running online personas that remember past interactions. It's a terrifyingly convincing illusion of a human life, which is exactly why traditional bot detection software is just struggling to keep up.
Section 5. Manufacturing our beliefs.
So what happens when you unleash this kind of convincing artificial army onto an unsuspecting public? It doesn't just annoy us, it hijacks a vulnerability in our own psychology centered around a concept called social proof. As humans, we are fundamentally wired to trust, buy, or agree with something when it already appears popular. It's instinct. If a post has 50,000 likes, our brains instinctively tell us, hey, this must be credible. Artificial engagement exploits this, tricking our minds into validating a machine's agenda. Because of this, bots are active architects of our reality. They can amplify fringe trending topics to make them seem like massive global movements. They drown out legitimate product reviews with targeted hate or synthetic praise. They can artificially inflate cryptocurrency prices before a crash. And they severely skew public debates. Ultimately, they create powerful, sweeping illusions of public opinion that real, living humans then unknowingly adopt as their own.
Section 6. Human or machine. In an increasingly synthetic digital landscape, how do we arm ourselves to tell the difference? Think of this as your digital survival guide. First, watch for accounts posting continuously at all hours with a volume no human could sustain. Look for users repeating identical phrases across entirely different threads. Pay attention to generic profile info or the glassy, overly perfect look of AI-generated faces. And always check for highly suspicious follower-to-engagement ratios, like an account with thousands of followers but zero actual back-and-forth conversation. Actually, a quick caveat here. Real people can act pretty weird online too, so detection is never 100% perfect.
Which brings us to the final answer of our central mystery. Is the internet already mostly bots? Well, the internet is not entirely fake. Humanity hasn't been completely replaced by an empty simulation, but the digital waters we swim in every single day are undeniably shaped, amplified, and controlled by invisible machines.
The real danger isn't that every account is a bot. The danger is that ordinary users may soon lose the ability to tell how much of the outrage, the consensus, and the overwhelming popularity we see is actually genuine. And that leaves us with a chilling thought for the next time you find yourself lost in the scroll. The question is no longer whether bots are a part of the internet. The question is whether we will still be able to recognize the humans.